So I'm going to share with you a variation of a honey love jar. Okay, now if you keep in mind that knowledge powers a spell, right, and your intent behind it, you can actually realize that you can actually mature the spell and keep it going for as long as you need to, because the more you pour into it, the more it's actually going to grow because it's pure energy. So, welcome back, and for those who are new, thanks for tuning in. Again, for those who don't know, I am predominantly a spellcaster, spiritual counselor, spiritual teacher. So, if you need any of my help or service with the spell, and then I teach you the thank you invocation to do, which means you can bypass an initial invocation on your end because I'm doing the spell for you. Or you need a one-on-one consultation, you need some guidance, healing, you need to learn about spirituality, the occult, or magic entity, hit me up. I'm going to guide you. I'm going to help you guys, okay? So, in the spell, it's a very basic one. Remember, you can go bigger, and yes, the bigger you go, and if you work with entity and the more energy point, the more powerful the spell is. But because it's a maturing spell, it's a pretty good entry level love honey jar spell, okay? So, grab a jar any size you like, okay? Next to the jar, let's start at next to the jar, you're going to have a handwritten petition. And always remember, it's because it's the vibration of creation. So you're going to write it down, what you're creating. You're going to speak it over the spell once you start, and you're going to see it. Always at 3 vibrations of communication. So your petition is clearly labeled there. Now, obviously, it's a love jar spell. So you'll be specific about the love, either the attributes in the person you want to attract, the type of partner you want to attract, or if it's a specific ex or something you want to attract, or sweeten your current relationship. You be specific about the circumstance and your intentions, okay? So on top of the jar, you're going to place one red candle, just one for this one, with if you know who the person is you're trying to sweeten the relationship with or get back, but to sweeten the intent for you, okay? You're going to put your name and target's name in there, okay? Embalmed with olive oil, dusted with cinnamon powder, okay? Dusted cinnamon powder. In the jar, place a little bit of honey there first, then another mini petition declaring the sweetness of this relationship. Fold it up, put it on top of that honey, and on top of that, add a printed pic of target if there is a target. It does help if there is a target, but it's not necessary. You can still attract love without having a specific target, and you can hit me up for that type of information. But if there is a target, put his or her pic there with their name written behind it. If you do have it, their date of birth. On top of that, fresh red rose petals, about a teaspoon of cinnamon powder, more honey, completely covered in that. So that's in the jar, okay? And then, keep in mind the big petition and the mini petition right in red pen. So that's the setup. It's super basic. And if you want to enhance it, right, you can add fresh greenery around the jar when you work it. So what I normally do and recommend to the client is work it for 5 days for at least 10 to 20 minutes per working, and then you always snuff it out when you're done. You don't blow it out, which means you focus on the ingredients. You start to mix it in your head as such, like an ingredient, okay? And you see it coming to life. You see that sweetness in that person coming towards you, their affection, their touch, and so forth. And then what I normally like to do with this type of spell, once everything is done on the 5th day, actually, the plate that's on, leave the wax on the jar, leave everything. Take the big petition, place it there, and what I recommend is until you see a result, put it in the cupboard if you want to, for a week or two, and rework it. It actually gets stronger and stronger, okay? Anyway, so that's the teaching of this vid. If you guys appreciate the time, the vids, the knowledge, share the vids, guys. Show the likes. And again, if you need any help, so simply hit me up. I'm going to get back to you, help you, guide you, teach you, okay? Be well.